You might think that Hinge is designed to help you meet people, find love, find the one, but in reality, Hinge wants none of this. Every time someone finds a partner, they've just lost 2 customers, and that's bad for business. Instead, Hinge has used a genius strategy to monetize loneliness, which has helped it become one of the most profitable apps in the entire world. You see, on the one hand, Hinge is an incredible business success story, and they've managed to completely revolutionize online dating. But on the other hand, there are countless allegations that the company has put profit before people and toyed with the most fundamental human emotion. Love, for example. Did you know that founder of Hinge used to be drug addicts and alcoholic? Did you know he had broken up with his girlfriend 6 times before he made this app? And remember, they are financially motivated to not find you a partner, since that would remove you from their target markets. Welcome to the insane story of Hinge. Hinge started out as a fun way to swipe through singles in your local area. It was new and exciting, and everyone was talking about it.
Better quality matches on Hinge.
The dating app Hinge.
So you joined, and you were getting matches, the conversations were fun, and you were thinking how great and easy this is. But then, something changed. You started getting less matches, less messages. Ads started popping up. The amount of swipes you could do each day became limited. Once an app designed to help you meet new people now seemed like an app designed to help you spend more money. The excitement was gone. You were rarely meeting people anymore. Were you doing something wrong? Then you saw an ad for Hinge Plus. It promised to boost your profile and show you the people that were interested in you. You thought, that's what I need. This will get me back to the dates, the fun, the memories. You took out your card and made the purchase, $29.99 a month. It'll be worth it, you remember thinking. And at first, it was like the old Hinge. You were getting matches and messages and dates, but then just like before it all dried out. But Hinge had a new solution. You can upgrade to Hinge X for an even higher fee. You started to wonder what's going on, and to truly understand that we need to travel back to where it all began. Justin McLeod had been studying business at university, but at 18 he realized he was tired of learning about business in class and wanted to create something big. But the problem is, he has no money. So he decided to do a consulting job at McKinsey during his 2nd year of business school. However, after months of work, he realized that's not what he wanted. So Justin began brainstorming more ideas, and together with his college friend Francis Haugen, they came up with the idea of a flirting app called Hinge in April 2012. Justin knew Tinder has launched 2 months before Hinge and was growing like a wildfire. Tinder was more like casual encounters, but Justin wanted something different from Tinder's idea. So together with his team, they came up with the idea of designed to be deleted, which means the app is designed so the user can find the right match, build something meaningful, and delete the app. It's more like Justin wanted genuine and meaningful connections on Hinge. But on the other hand, big rivals like Match.com, Bumble, Tinder were growing rapidly. Justin knew it was big risk to start another dating app. While there is so many already in the market, Justin and his team came up with different strategies than their rivals. They decided to throw a big party with their remaining cash in Washington, D.C. In order to get in, you have to download the app. But the problem is, there is no app to launch on this party. A day before the party, Justin found out that the App Store hasn't approved their app yet. Justin and his team were radio silenced that time. Justin knew this was his last chance dance. But somehow, they received the email just before the party saying, "Your app is accepted." This party ideas played a big role of Hinge's success. There was almost 3,000 people who downloaded the app. Next day, more and more people starting to download the app. Hinge was growing into the mainstream of big cities, and this idea has already attracted new investors. As Hinge was becoming more famous, they did also attract some negative attention. There were many complaints that Hinge was making dating overly superficial and just about looks. And there was also data that showed Hinge was causing an increase in infidelity. However, the real controversy was what was happening inside the company. In 2020, New York lawyer filed a sexual harassment charge against Hinge, claiming that sexual assaults on some area women were foreseeable because Hinge matched their woman with a serial predator. Cardiologist Stephen Matthews from Denver, Colorado, was reported as a suspected target. In 2020, a woman who met Dr. Stephen Matthews on Hinge, she claimed, after going on a date with Matthews, she blacked out and Matthews had non-consensual sexual intercourse with her. Another Denver woman who met Matthews to Hinge in 2020 has blacked out on a date and was sexually assaulted. She reported that to Hinge, but 3 months later in early 2021, Hinge matched her with Matthews again. She wrote an email to Hinge said, "This is the second time I'm reporting this. I was raped after a first date with him."
I should have never, ever even been able to match with him because he should have never been able to make another account.
However, Hinge said they removed Matthews from their app, but he was seen on Hinge few times after that. Apart from this, the question remains on top of my head. Apps like Hinge might be creating addictions rather than helping us find love. Yes, according to a lawsuit against the owners of Tinder, Hinge, and The League. In a class action complaint filed on February 14th, Valentine's Day, 6 dating app users accused Match Group of having a predatory business strategy and intentionally employing psychologically manipulative features to ensure they remain on the app perpetually as paying subscribers. The complaint alleges that Match's applications breach consumer protection laws. However, perhaps the most controversial element of Hinge is how it makes its money. Hinge was quickly becoming the fastest-growing social media app on the App Store and the most popular dating platform in the US. But that meant investors were starting to demand a return on their investments, and so the founders started to look to cash in on their new user base. In 2017, the first premium subscription service was released, Hinge Plus. The company hoped that it would be enough to bring in some revenue and finally make the platform profitable. The new features that the service launched was no more daily likes limit, and advanced preferences allowed user to screen more in-depth for bigger compatibility considerations. And the other feature allowed user to daily unlimited likes on profiles. However, their premium subscription model was a huge success, and they were making money faster than ever before. And to be fair, they have to make money somehow. The problem was that this was just the very beginning of Hinge's monetization plans. But first, Hinge had another lawsuit to deal with. In September 2019, the US Federal Trade Commission sued Hinge's parent company, the Match Group, for knowingly using and/or creating fake users to bait men into paying for subscriptions. Another technique Hinge uses to get more money from its users is hiding potential matches from free profiles. They tell you that you have all these people that have liked your profile, and all you have to do to see them is pay for the subscription. But Hinge still had even more monetization tricks up its sleeve. For example, if you wanted even more profile boost, so your profile could be shown to more people, you could be asked to upgrade it to Hinge X. They charged $50 for it. This includes all of the benefits of Hinge Plus, but also includes enhanced recommendations to help you access your type, skipping the line to get recommendations sooner, and giving you priority likes. This means your likes will stay at the top of your matches. Hinge says it helps you stand out even more, or possibly just look more desperate. The point is, Hinge loves all these different microtransactions because it gives you every opportunity to solve your own loneliness with money. Hinge has succeeded in turning dating into more of a game, but it's become more of a pay-to-win game, where the odds become more and more stacked against you. If you don't give them money, and of course if you did upgrade, but then cancel, your matches would likely plummet. And once you've had a taste of success, it'd be hard to go back to having so few matches again, so it helps to keep you hooked every month. Now we all know, Hinge is a business. Of course, they're going to try to make as much money as they can from their users. I actually don't think you can begrudge them that much for cashing in with all these paid features. I just think it's useful that people are at least aware of what's going on so they don't feel bad if they're not getting the results they want. But where this perhaps does get a little depressing is when you realize that the less attractive you are, the more money you'd probably have to pay. It's clear that every app on the App Store is trying to make you spend as much time on it as possible, and some apps even use artificial intelligence to predict exactly what to show you to stop you from logging off. However, the problem for Hinge is that the better the app is at matching you to someone, the less money they'll make. If all your matches are great fits for you, why would you want to pay for extra features or have a monthly subscription? And of course, for every successful match Hinge facilitates, if they are actually a perfect match and getting a relationship together, Hinge just lost 2 customers. This is a huge conflict of interest, and you can start to see why they may not want you to find the one after all. How does Hinge increase user attention, and how does this affect you? The main method for this is to stagnate the matches. When you first create your profile, you'll be presented with a nice amount of matches. You'll feel great and have a positive experience. This is because Hinge initially boosts your profile, to give you some dopamine hits to get hooked on the app. But pretty soon, those matches will start to tail off. But just as you're thinking about deleting the app, your phone will buzz a notification from Hinge. Just like the dopamine is released in your brain, and you're hooked again back to swiping in search of more matches. It's reported that Hinge uses data science to know how often the average person needs to receive a match in order to regularly use the app. They'll also know the average number of likes before someone finds a date and deletes the app. So Hinge tries to keep you in this Goldilocks zone of just the right amount of matches to keep you happy, but not happy enough to delete the app. Of course, it should be acknowledged that Hinge has absolutely helped many people find love. The Hinge paradox is just a reminder that for Hinge it'd be much better if you didn't. So, what do you think? Is Hinge simply a good business model, or has Hinge lost sight of the principles it was founded on in its quest for more and more profits? And do you think Hinge has improved dating by making it easier to connect with new people? One thing is for clear: thanks to Hinge, dating will never be same.